रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दया सागर रामा दशमुखमर्दन रामा दैत्यकुलान्तक रामा दशमुखमर्दन रामा दैत्यकुलान्तक रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दया सागर रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दया सागर रामा रघुकुल तिलक रामा मम हृदयाधिपते रामा रघुकुल तिलक रामा मम हृदयाधिपते रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दया सागर रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दया सागर रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा लक्ष्मी मनोहर रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा लक्ष्मी मनोहर रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूप रामा सुन्दर वदन रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूप रामा सुन्दर वदन रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दया सागर रामा दशरथनन्दन रामा दया सागर रामा अहल्योद्धारक स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Devi Mahatmyam, or it is called by the name Chandi, or even it is called by the name Durga Saptashati. Until we completed the first chapter, Pratamodhyayaha, which was dedicated to Mahakali, we were chanting the Mahakali Dhyanam meditation from today onwards, because we are focusing on the Madhyama Charitam, the middle chapter, which is called Mahalakshmi. So, which is dedicated to Mahalakshmi. So, from today, before every class, until we finish this Madhyama Charitam, second chapter onwards, we will be chanting the Mahalakshmi Dhyanam, meditation on Mahalakshmi. Then when we go to the last chapter, there we will chant the Mahasaraswati Dhyanam. Now, in page number 24, please repeat this Mahalakshmi Dhyanam, meditation on Mahalakshmi. In the last session, I have taken you through the meaning of this Mahalakshmi Dhyanam. Today, we will learn only to chant it. Om Akshasrakparusham Gadeshu Kulisham Akshasrakparusham Gadeshu Kulisham Padmam Danuh Kundikam Padmam Danuh Kundikam Dandam Shaktimasim Cha Charma Jalajam Dandam Shaktimasim Cha Charma Jalajam Ghantam Surabhajanam Ghantam Surabhajanam Shulam Pasha Sudarshane Cha Dhadatim Shulam Pasha Sudarshane Cha Dhadatim Hastaif Pravala Prabham Hastaif Pravala Prabham Seve Sairibhamardhinimiha Seve Sairibhamardhinimiha Mahalakshmim Sarojastitam Mahalakshmim Sarojastitam. I resort to Mahalakshmi, the destroyer of Mahishasura, who is seated on the lotus, is of the complexion of coral, and who holds in her 18 hands rosary, eggs, mace, arrow, thunderbolt, lotus, bow, picture, rod, shakti, sword, shield, conch, bell, wine cup, trident, noose, and the discus Sudarshana. Now we shall go to learn the chanting of the second chapter. Ataha Dvitiyodhyayaha, in the middle section. So now the Rishi, who is the Rishi we have seen in the first chapter, Sumedhas. So that Rishi is narrating to the Raja and the Vaishya, the businessman. So Suratha and Samadhi. So now it starts with the first verse, Om Rishirivacha. Now we shall learn to chant the verses and I will take you through the meaning afterwards. Om Rishiruvacha, Om Rishiruvacha, Devasuram Abhut Yuddham, Devasuram Abhut Yuddham, Purnam Abdashatam Pura, Purnam Abdashatam Pura, Mahishe Suranamadhipe, Mahishe Suranamadhipe, Devanancha Purandare, Devanancha Purandare. This is the second verse. Now we are going to the third verse. Tatra surair mahaviryair, Tatra surair mahaviryair, Devasainyam parajitam, Devasainyam parajitam, Jitva cha sakalan devan, Jitva cha sakalan devan, Indro bhun mahishasuraha, Indro bhun mahishasuraha, Tatah parajita devaha, Tatah parajita devaha, Padmayonim prajapatim, Padmayonim prajapatim, Puraskritya gatastatra, Puraskritya gatastatra, Yatresha garudadhvajau, Yatresha garudadhvajau. Now we have completed learning the third and the fourth verse. We will now learn to chant the fifth verse. Yatha vrittam tayostadvan, Yatha vrittam tayostadvan, Mahishasura-cheshtitam, Mahishasura-cheshtitam, Tridasha kathayam asur, Tridasha kathayam asur, Deva bhibhava vistaram, Deva bhibhava vistaram. Now we shall see the simple meaning of all these verses which we have learned now in the second chapter, in the middle section, which is called Mahalakshmi Bhagaha, that is dedicated to Mother Mahalakshmi. Earlier it was Mahakali, now it is Mahalakshmi Charitam. The Rishi, that is Sumedha, said to these two disciples who had come in search of peace and knowledge, that was Suratha, the king who had lost his empire, and Samadhi, the Vaishya, the businessman who had been driven away by his own relatives, taking away all his property, money, everything. They had driven him away. So now both of them had come to the ashrama of Sumedha and are asking question, why is this? What is happening to us? Though we are driven away by our own people, our own relatives, our own minister, yet we are deluded, we are attached to them. We are not getting angry, we are still having that attachment towards them. What is the reason? What is happening to us? Then the great Rishi Sumedha went on explaining, this is due to the Mahamaya, the effect of Maya. So then he started, when both of them asked the question, can you explain about that Mahamaya or the Divine Mother? Then he started the Mahakali thing where Tamas, she represents the quality, guna of Tamas. Now Mahalakshmi represent the quality of the Rajas activity. Now the Rishi is telling them of yore, that is aeons back, long back, when Mahishasura was the lord of Suras, so the demons and the Devatas. So always the Devatas will have their king as Indra. It is, again you should note, Indra is a position. So now, like president in your country here, it is the position of a president. So, lot of people will be elected according to their popularity and the work they have done, or all other, so many other factors. They will be elected as the president. Few years back, it was a different president. Few earlier, many years back, the first president was different. So many years hence, next there may be another president. So the presidentship is a position. Likewise, Indra is also a position. So there will be so many Indras coming and going. So as I've told you, even the position of Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, four-headed God, the creator, that is also position. Anybody, any people, we all, human being, if we go on doing lot of good works, charity, serving the parents, thinking of God, meditating on God, so like that, if you are doing all your karma yoga, observing dharmic means righteousness, then go on earning by doing all the good work more and more and more, and the punya, the merit, less and less the papa, then the highest punyavanta, one who is attained highest punya merit, will occupy the position of Brahma. So anybody, you too, any of you, you do good deeds. If you have the highest merit, then you too can occupy that position. So below Brahma, Indra, then Vayu, that is the air god, Varuna, the god of water or the sea, ocean, Agni, all this Yama, then the Chandra, Surya, they are all again different positions, just like you have so many different ministers, mayors. So these are all positions. So all of you can occupy that post. What is the currency or that you have to do? The currency is punya. If you have earned lot of merit, what is merit? By doing good deeds, lot of good deeds, then that leads to this position. So the important thing which I have to notice, there were all human beings like you and me earlier. Now they have occupied that position. What is the message to you? All of us, if we go on doing wherever we are, whatever we are, with whatever resources we have, you go on doing good deeds intensely, then you will go to the next position. You will go to the next position. So now you can see around you why some people are more intelligent than you, more richer than you, more happy than you. Nothing more than that. They have earned, they have done a lot of good merits, or they have done good things. That's all. So there is no partiality here. Even you can become so. So what is the criteria? Your good actions, the righteous actions, more and more good deeds, telling the truth, being very kind to everybody, doing good to everybody, charity, dana, dharma, righteousness, all these activities intensely done will lead you to take the possession of these things. So no partiality. You will just rise to that. So what is? It is in your own hand. That is, you have to do the good activities, good things in your life. So now the Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, Yama, so many other gods and goddesses, Ganga, Yamuna, the Navagrahas, everybody, they were all human beings like you. You go beginning of these things, you will see there was one great Rishi. What was his name? Kashyapa Maharshi. He had two wives. What was the name of these two wives? Diti and Aditi. Some of the mothers are given that name here. You will keep the name Aditi. Nobody will keep the name Diti. I will tell why. Because so this Diti was of the nature of little tamas and rajas combined with that. Aditi was sattvic in nature. She was doing good deeds and she had good nature. Aditi tamas, full of, not Aditi, Diti, lust and all those qualities were there. So now the same father, Kashyapa Maharshi, Brahmana. So two wives. So Aditi's children were all devas. They became gods because of the good samskara given by the mother. So they became gods. Father was one. Diti was tamasic in nature. Kashyapa warned her. She was full of lust. She wanted to have bodily pleasure with a husband at the wrong hour and wrong time. Kashyapa Maharshi told her, please, you should not have this physical relationship or something at this time. Then it will be very bad for you. She didn't hear because desire was too much. Then what happened? Because of that wrong step she took, because of that physical relationship, she started having children who became demoniacal in nature. So what does that show? When we, as householders, when you have children just out of lust, like animals, then who will be born to you as children? Wolf, bears, tigers, jackals, such nature, demoniacal natures, children will be born. When you have children by tapas, by prayers, by fasting, by vrata, doing a lot of puja, then you will have children who will be they will be like gods. So that is the term used in Hinduism, in our Sanatana Dharma. Swami Vivekananda explains about it, taking the example of his own birth, of his own mother. What did the mother of Vivekananda do? Before having the child Vivekananda, Narendra, she prayed for many, many years to Lord Shiva in Varanasi. What was her desire? That I should have a child or a son like Shiva. So she did lot of prayers, she did lot of vrata, fasting, puja. She couldn't go to Varanasi. But in Varanasi or Kashi lived her auntie. So she wrote a letter to her, please help me. So she used to do puja on Vireshwara Shiva. linga in Kashi on the bank of Ganga, Abhishekam at particular time. Here, at the same time in Calcutta, the mother of Narendra, she used to worship and do all the puja to Lord Shiva here. At the same time, she would be doing puja there. So like that, she did for many, many years out of prayer, intense tapas, fasting and prayer. Then she had a dream in which Lord Shiva came and told, I will be born as your son. Then came Narendra. So when parents, rishis, saints will have children like this as tapas to bring good souls to the earth, that is the duty of the householder, not to bring in litter of pigs and litter of jackals and this thing, cunning people who will be very bad to the society, who will not be helpful, rather they will be thieves and demons and corrupt people. Then you will be doing a lot of bad to the society. The rishis, the saints, and all these householders, that was the duty that is told in our scriptures. Before having children, they used to do a lot of tapas, prayer, and then saints, rishis, gods would be born. So now Narendra or Swami Vivekananda tells, after so much of prayer, I was born. So when children are born in this fashion, they are called Arya. The term is not some caste or some group of people with certain skin or some color. No, Aryans means just like Hitler and the Germans thought it is some race. It is not a race. Arya means he may be dark in color, he may have a Mongoloid look or an Indian look or some other look. That doesn't care. Then who is an Aryan? Who is born, or a cultured person who is born by prayers, by tapasya, by charity, by so much of hard work due to prayer and meditation, they are born. They are called Aryans. Not a sect or a caste or something. No. Vivekananda explains about it. Because it was wrongly taken by the Germans, because the British wanted to divide Indians and rule them. So what did they do? Fair-looking North Indians, they thought they would be called as Aryans, and go to South India, little different looking. They were made as Dravidians. If you go to the genes, now they have gone to the genes and found there is no difference at all. It was the ploy of the British to divide Indians. They divided in that South India, North India, making them Aryans and Dravidians, to dupe us, to break our unity, and you can easily rule them. So then that idea, who did that, gave that idea? It was given by one German philosopher who had read to some extent some Vedas and our scriptures, and he wanted to convert Indians into Christianity. So he was given to study the Vedas and our scriptures so that he could find fault in that and write all the wrong things about our culture and convert our people. He writes this in a letter to his wife, Professor Max Muller. But he himself was converted to love Hinduism after studying the scriptures. That's a different story. But he gave this idea of Arya and other things, and taken by the British to divide Indians, and the Germans took it. The British did it to divide Indians in a wrong way. What happened? It was taken by Hitler, and he told that Germans were the purest form of Aryans. He started the Second World War. Who were troubled by this? The British. Whatever wrong thing you do will come back to you. So there is no such thing as Aryan and Dravidian. Aryan means the children or the people who are born by prayers, by meditation, by the parents. When the children are born, then they are called Aryans. Swami Vivekananda gives this example about himself, how his mother prayed. Like that, there are so many saints in India and everywhere who get children not out of lust, but by out of prayers. Then you will get children like Devatas. Gods and goddesses will come. How? You saw in the case of Aditi, the mother. Father was same, Kashyapa Maharshi, great Rishi. Mother, because of her good nature and following all the righteous path, the children born to her were gods, Indra, all these people, Nara, Narayana, Vamana, all these things. Then what about Diti? Now you know. The children born to her because she forced her husband to have lust or that physical relationship in the odd hour because of the lust, not out of prayer. Then she got the children, Hiranyakashipu, all the demons were born to her. So the children of Diti, who was of that tamasic nature, demoniac nature, the children are called Diti, Daityas or Asuras. The children of Aditi are called Devatas. So that's why you keep the name of Aditi to your children. Has anybody kept the name of Diti to any of your children? No, why? It is demoniacal in nature. Nobody will keep such a name. So now you can see who are these Asuras, who are these same human beings. When you develop what is the meaning of Asuras, Shankaracharya explains, Asushu Ramate iti Asuraha. Those human beings or people who are always interested in sense pleasures, only enjoyment of the senses, they think that is the goal of their life. Bodily pleasures, happiness of the body. They don't think of God. They don't think of charity. They don't go to temple. They don't go to ashramas. They don't believe in God. Or even if they go to gods or temple just for some rituals to get something, their only goal is enjoyment, body pleasures. They are called asuras. So we ourselves, with our bad nature, we will become asuras, animal tendencies. So don't think that asuras means they will have some horns like this or they will have some, teeth very sharp and looking ugly. No. We ourselves, if we develop demoniacal nature in us, we become demons. If we develop divine qualities in us, giving up anger, pride, ego, lust, and all these things, then you will become Devatas. If you develop those demoniacal nature, give food to those demoniacal nature, you will become demoniacal or demons in your nature. So that's why here it is told, the Rishi is doing in the long back, when Mahishasura. What is this Mahisha means? Bovine or buffalo. The term in Sanskrit, Mahisha, means buffalo. Asura means, again, I have explained already about Asuras, the demoniacal. So he was bovine or buffalo. He had the head of a buffalo. I'll go to his details later on. He was the lord of the Asuras. He had become the king of the Asuras. And Indra was the lord of Devas. So now, when another king, he did lot of yaga, yagna, puja, charity, good work. He overtook the old Indra by his good deeds. Then he went and occupied Indra's post. So like that will be changing. At that time, there was one particular Indra, a human being who had gone to that highest position. So what happened? The Lord of Devas, there was a war between Devas and Asuras for a full 100 years. In that, the army of the Devas, gods, was defeated, was vanquished by the valorous Asuras, the demons. After conquering all the gods, Devatas, Mahishasura became the Lord of heaven. He pushed away even Ravana. Also did the same thing. Ravana, he was the grandson of a rishi. Only his mother was a demoness, that's all. But he was a Brahmana, he was a great Shiva Bhakta. But because of his qualities, he became a demon and he started ruling Indra, everybody. They were made to lie on his steps when he was climbing up his throne. He would step them there to follow whatever he had to tell. Such was the intensity of bad nature. He became Ravana. Though he was well read in the scriptures, he had a lot of good things, but he was a Brahmana. But because of his bad nature, he became Asura. Now, I will take you through one beautiful statement of Swami Vivekananda that will make it clear to you. Swami Vivekananda tells, what is the difference between Satan and God? You know, in Christianity, Satan, in Islamic people tell Satan, in Abrahamic religion, in the Old Testament, Satan, you know that. I need not explain much about it. So Muslims call it as Satan, the demoniacal nature person. There is called Satan or Satan for the Muslims. What is the difference between God and Satan? Swami Vivekananda tells, both are equally powerful. Both are equal in knowledge. In all the ways, they are equal. Then what is the difference between Satan and God, or the demons and the gods? Tells the difference is this. What is that? Purity. Satan is impure, it doesn't have purity. Demoniacal natured people, they don't have purity. What is the difference between God and demons? Gods have purity. Purity means not only the physical purity, but the inner purity. Then what is the other difference? Selfishness and unselfishness. So when the gods are unselfish in nature, demoniacal or the Satan is selfish in nature. That's the difference. Now you have come to know the difference. So if you develop purity, if you develop selflessness or unselfishness, then you will become God-like, gods and goddesses. If you develop impurity, demoniacal nature, you will become demons. Then Vivekananda tells, you will read a lot, you will get degrees, master degrees, PhDs and all the other things. Then you have got a lot of knowledge. Then out of that you will get good jobs, you will go to big officers, judges, doctors, so you become powerful. Then you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of power. If you don't develop purity and unselfishness, then you will become Satan-like or demoniacal. That is what is happening. Who are the people who are doing corruption and scam? Is it the poor people? Poor people will never do scams and corruptions. It is the mayors, it is the ministers, it is the highly educated people who are doing the scams and corruptions. Why? Lot of knowledge is there, lot of power is there, no purity, no unselfishness. So they are the one who are committing all the wrong deeds. So Vivekananda is telling, this is the difference. If you gain knowledge, if you gain power, if you gain position, but if you don't gain purity of heart, if you don't gain unselfishness, you will become demon-like. That is the only difference. So now you understand how should we train your children. First of all, we should get that nature and then train the children with these qualities. Then you will develop gods in your family, in your society. Otherwise, you will be breeding demons and ghosts and animal-natured people. That's why you see drug addiction, alcoholism, murders, so many other bad things you can see in the society. Who are training them? It is from your own family these people are coming. They're not falling from the skies. They're not falling from heavens. They're coming from your own families. So the bounden duty of the householder. See, that's why I make this Durga Saptashati relevant. We have to make it relevant. Otherwise, some millions of years back, Mahishasura was there. He came. What is that to me? Until I don't make it relevant in my life, it is useless. That's why you see Mahishasura. What is that Mahisha? Is buffalo. What is the nature of the buffalo? Tamas. sleep, sloth, anger. These are the quality of the buffalo. In India, you will find both buffalo and cows. So buffalo gives more milk, it will be more thick also. Now, rarely Sattvic people don't take buffalo milk. You know why? They will also become by nature buffalo-like. Sleep, slow, thick-skinned, tamasic by nature. If you take cow's milk, it is Sattvic by nature. So, buffalo is tamasic. So here, Asura, Mahishasura means his nature is tamasic. That is the idea. So you have to read between the lines. To understand, go to the depth of these things. So he is Mahishasura. So there will be always fight between you have both Asura and Devatas. Good qualities in you and bad qualities. There will be constant fight between these two in your mind. So, whom will you feed? They will win. If you feed the bad qualities, that will win. If you feed the good qualities, Devatas, they will win. So, it's in your hand. So, I have told many times the story when one person wanted to defeat Buddha in argument. So, when many disciples were there, he wanted to put Buddha into problem. He went in a small bird he took in his own hand. Then he closed it and told, Buddha, now you have to tell whether the bird in my hand is alive or dead. So now it was alive. If Buddha tells it is alive, he will crush it and show it is dead. You are wrong. If Buddha tells it is dead, he will release it, see it is alive. You are wrong. Both way, whatever Buddha tells, he will make it wrong. So defeat him in the argument. So this time he told, I am going to defeat Buddha in argument. So he got, Buddha, now tell whether this bird in my hand is alive or dead. Buddha could understand. He was a great realized soul, avatar Purusha. He smiled and told, my dear person, whether that bird is alive or dead is in your own hand. If you release it, it will be alive. If you crush it, it will be dead. So, whether it is alive or dead is in your own hand. You are defeated there too. Likewise, to make yourself a demon or godlike is in your own hand. Both the qualities are there in you. Whichever you feed, whichever animal you feed, then you become that. So be careful. What are you feeding? The demoniacal nature or the divine nature? So accordingly, you become that. So there will be constant fight in our mind. Likewise, in the outer cosmos, this is microcosm in us. The macrocosm too, there is demoniacal forces and God. They will be having fight. Now, Mahishasura, the buffalo Asura or the demon, there was a war between Devatas and Asuras for a full 100 years. In that, army of the Devatas was vanquished, defeated by the valorous Asuras, the demons who had become too strong. After conquering all the Devatas, the gods, small letter gods, Mahishasura became the lord of the heaven. He became Indra now. That Indra is gone. Why? Mahishasura did lot of good deeds and punya, tapasya. What is the story of Mahishasura? I will now tell you. How could he become so strong? So now, this Mahishasura, how was he born? He was born to the father, a demon called Rambha. He was the king of the Asuras, traditional enemies of the Devas, Hindu gods. He once fell in love with a water buffalo. Who was that water buffalo? Which in reality, a cursed princess Shamala. So Mahishasura was born out of this union. The demon called Rambha with this princess Shyamala was by curse had become a buffalo. So part of his name translates as into buffalo. As a result of this unorthodox union, he could take form of either man or buffalo. So he is Mahishasura. He could take the form of a buffalo or man, human being or asura at will. He inherited great strength and power from his lineage, particularly his shape-shifting ability, which allowed him to transform between a human and a buffalo and other forms at will. Now, how did he get so much of power? As I told you, every one of you have hidden power in you. You are Atmaswarupa, you are Parabrahmaswarupa. You have infinite strength within you, but it is covered. In Bhagavad Gita, I am describing hidden splendor. So, equal strength, infinite strength is in the demons, infinite strength is within you too. Only you have to manifest it. How can you manifest? By tapasya, by meditation. Now, these demons also will do tapasya, but out of a wrong thing, for the bodily pleasures. By sense pleasures to do that. But the good people, why do they do? To realize God, to do good to the world. Sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu. That's why you pray every day. At the end of the prayer, Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya. So all be happy everywhere. Everybody should be happy. Everybody should be having all the good things. That is our prayer. That is divine quality. Demoniacal, all should be vanquished. Terrorists, what are they doing? The terrorists, all should be killed. Put a bomb, suicide bomb, kill them, murder them, keep them, cruel things will be done. All that thing is demoniacal. So now, this person also did tapasya, because him too, it is the same God present in him. So when he did lot of meditation and tapasya, sitting, meditating to Brahma, then Brahma came in front of him. You've done lot of tapasya. What do you want? What is the boon you want? He told, I should not be killed by either man or gods. Nobody should vanquish me. So out of that boon, he became so strong. Now nobody can kill him. What to do? So he was not defeated by Indra or the gods, so he started defeating the gods and other people. So that's how he got that much of power, that much strong he became. He got the boon from Brahma, rewarded him by granting him a powerful gift, boon that he could not be defeated in battle by any man or god. But foolishly, he didn't ask the boon that I should be not killed or defeated by a woman. That what can woman do? I am a asura, I am very strong. I've got the, boon by Brahma that I can't be killed by any man or God. Can woman? So, we'll be always fooled like that. That's why all the energy of all the gods took the form of Mother Durga, then killed this fellow. That's why she is called Mahishasura-mardini. And Navaratri will be seeing, the image will be kept there. Mother will be standing on the asura, like a buffalo's head will be kept there. That is Mahishasura. From this Mahishasura, where did he rule? Where was he killed? If you go to India, the southern part in Karnataka, there is the place called Mysore. The Mysore comes from the word Mahishuru, Mahishasura's place. So there, if you go, there is one Chamundi Hills in Mysore. On that, there is an image of the demon Mahishasura. So that was the place where the Divine Mother killed Mahishasura. If you go to India, you can visit that Chamundi Hills. So that is the place where there is one Chamundi temple also there. Beautiful temple, very powerful. Swami Brahmanandaji, Swami Mahapurush Maharaj, they had visited the temple. Even Swami Vivekananda had gone to Mysore, he had visited. So whenever somebody used to bring that prasad from Mysore, Mahapurush Maharaj would take with great reverence, oh, the Divine Mother Chamundeshwari, Mahishasura Mardini, who killed Mahishasura, that is the spot. So the belief, legend is that whole big hillock, there is a very big hillock there, mountain. That whole mountain was, they claim, I don't know the reality. That mountain is the body of Mahishasura, they tell. That's a different story. So that is Mahishasura. Now, what happened to this Mahishasura? He defeated, and they were all now, gods were roaming like human beings in the Bhuloka. Swargaloka was all taken away. The Gayatri Mantra, what you tell? Om Bhuhu Bhuvaha Suvaha. Bhuhu means this Bhuloka. Bhuvaha means Pitruloka, where your ancestors sleep. Swaha means Swargaloka, where these gods, Indra, Chandra, they all are having that place where all of you want to go to enjoy. So like that, above there are 7 lokas. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Tapaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Satyaloka, 7. Below there are 7 lokas. Atala, Vitala, Patala, Rasatala, Talatala, 7 lokas. That is what in the Gayatri Mantra it is told. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha. So now, Swargaloka, they were chased away. These people went there and conquered. And just like us mortals, the Devatas were roaming in the Bhuloka. They conquered it, they were enjoying it, and they were doing all rules and regulation, no dharma, no righteousness, all the adharmic acts they were doing. So now, they vanquished, and by the valorous asuras, after conquering all the devas, Mahishasura became the lord of the heaven, he became the Indra now. Then the vanquished devatas, they were so unhappy, because they can't perform their duties now. So they went to Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma. You gave the boon to him, now you have to bring all the righteousness and other things to this world, otherwise the whole world will be destroyed by these asuras. You were the one who gave, you have to now put us out of this difficulty. And then Brahma told, I can't help, I have given the boon. So now let us go to Vishnu. Vishnu, let us go to Shiva. So they all went to Shiva, Vishnu. All of them, they went to the place where Shiva and Vishnu were there. The Devatas described to them all the wrong deeds and the bad deeds done by the Asuras and the Mahishasuras. And that king of them, that is the Mahishasura. As it has happened, the story of their defeat wrought by Mahishasura and the wrong things they were doing, they were troubling all the good people, the rishis, they were not allowing them to do the good deeds, the havan and puja, they were all disturbing them. Then what happened? When Shiva and Vishnu heard about it, Mahishasura himself has assumed the jurisdiction of Surya, the sun, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Chandra, Yama, and Varuna and other devatas thrown out from the heaven by that evil-natured Mahishasura. The hosts of devas wandered on the earth like mortals. All that has been done by the enemy of the devas has been related to both of you, O Vishnu and Shiva. Please protect us. And we have sought shelter under you both. May both of you be pleased to think out the means of destruction of this demon. Having thus heard the words of all these devatas in peril, Vishnu was angry, and also Shiva, and their faces became fierce and proud. So then, from that anger of Shiva and Vishnu came out light, a light out of that anger of Vishnu and Shiva. And again, then issued forth a great light from the face of Vishnu, who was full of intense anger, and from that of Brahma and Shiva too, from the bodies of Indra and other devatas also sprang forth a very great light, and all this light united together, all the forces, all that energy from all the devatas, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Indra, everything, it came and mingled together and became one force. and took the female form, and that was Mother Durga. That is now Mahalakshmi Charitam. Durga, she came. And we will look into it later on in our next session. Now we should know that what is this mother? Now, when Master had the vision of the Divine Mother, what did he see? Did he see some form? There too you can see. What is that here? All the light from Shiva, Vishnu, all the gods came together and formed that. And how did our Master, when he had the vision of the Mother, see the Mother? Master is describing on another occasion. Master described to us in detail his wonderful vision of the Divine Mother. He said it was as if the houses, door, temple and all other things vanished altogether, as if there was nothing anywhere. And what I saw was a boundless, infinite, conscious sea of light. So, Master also saw the Divine Mother as boundless, infinite consciousness, sea of light. Here too, from Shiva, Vishnu, Indra, Brahma, everybody, that light came out and formed a big, conscious, infinite form of light. That is Mother Durga. Master is also having the same vision. Here also you can see the same Divine Mother, sea of light. However far and in whatever direction, Master is telling, I looked, I found a continuous succession of effulgent waves coming forward, raging and storming from all sides with great speed. Very soon, all that light, they fell on me and made me sink to the abysmal depths of infinity. I panted and struggled as it were, and lost all sense of external consciousness. The Master told us that at that time he saw a luminous sea of consciousness. What is luminosity? Light. See, he is also seeing Divine Mother as light, the form of hers, with hands and giving boons and freedom from fear. Did the Master then have the vision of that form also in that sea of light? It appears that he had, for as soon as Sri Ramakrishna had the slightest consciousness after that vision, at the time of his first vision, we are told he uttered repeatedly the word Ma, 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 Mother, Mother, in a voice choked by emotion. See, everything is corroborating. That's why Master has come to this earth to show all our scriptures are true. It is corroborating. Now we can connect. That's why, see, in our order, they tell, what is Sri Ramakrishna? He is for us. Now, Vivekananda always interprets whatever. It is, Ramakrishna is inspiration. What is Vivekananda? Interpretation. What is Mother Sharda Devi? Implementation. So Ramakrishna is inspiration. So he gives us the inspiration, tells us, yes, all the scriptures are true. You can do the sadhana. Come on, do the sadhana. Sometimes we may not understand. Vivekananda scientifically, logically explains that. What does Mother do? What is the work of Mother Sharda Devi? How to implement that in our day-to-day life. Living in the family with all madcaps around her. Mad auntie, mad some other people and greedy brothers lived, but still she implemented all that sadhana, everything righteous life in this family. She didn't run away from the family, lived in the family amongst everybody, and she implemented that truth. That's why in our order we call Ramakrishna as inspiration, who showed that all that is in the scripture is true. See here, it's corroborating. If you read the life of Ramakrishna, you see the light. Mother Durga here is light, conscious sea of light. And if you don't understand something, go to Vivekananda. He interprets it scientifically, logically. He explains what is that. Then how to practice it? Very difficult. If you tell, do your sadhana, then what is your complaint? Oh, where do we have time, Swamiji? You are sannyasins, you are given up everything. No children, no family, no this thing. So you can do sadhana. How can we do? No complaining. Mother lived in the family. She had every duty to do. She had to cook. She has to do all the work. But in spite of that, she did sadhana, japa, every day more than 100,000 or even more, 200,000 japas she could do. In spite of all the work, even you can't do. No facilities, no toilet, no attached bathroom, no slippers, only 2 sets of cloth, torn cloth. So much of work. All that, a small room, everything, storeroom, everything is that only, guest room. So no facilities. In that she could do, get up 2:30 in the morning and sit for meditation, do 100,000. Now you can't complain. Oh, we don't have time. No, mother lived in the family, did everything and did it. So implementation. So now you can see, scriptures are all true. These are all not myths. These are all not something concocted by somebody. These are all true. So we will enjoy it, meditate on Mother Durga. So we are having that in the Mahalakshmi Dhyanam, the Divine Mother. You too had the vision. Now Shiva, Vishnu, that energy has come together to form the Mother Durga and kill. I think Navaratri is fast approaching. At that time, all things you can see. Now, in the next class, we will take up some other things. Already we have completed our time. We will now hear the praise, the glory of the Divine Mother Durga as explained by none other than these gods. And Brahma, after killing Mahishasura, they do that prayer. That is Sarva Mangala Mangalye. Now we will hear that prayer.